listen to me. I have a question to ask. Imagine if I stayed here for a while in England. Then I left England. I'm in England, okay? You can choose any country on planet Earth. I'm just mentioning England because I'm in England. The example have nothing to do with England, okay? But I'm just giving you an example. I'm here in England, and until now since 2015. 6 years. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh! 6 years and almost a half. See? I'm staying here. Let's imagine that I went, for example, and I visited, give me a country, any country. Any country. Exactly. Argentina, Nigeria, Japan, whatever. Imagine if I went there. Do I have the right to say, I am an asylum seeker? Not for any reason. The reason is only that I want to change England, and England is prosecuting my right. All of England must be Sharia law, for example. Or all England, for example, let's say I'm a bad person. Leave the Sharia law in Islam. All England is not my way. I don't want to bring some bizarre examples. I want it to be based on my culture, my way. I don't want the Monarch Elizabeth, and I don't want the Windsor. I need to close. Oh, please stop upload everything. Oh my goodness, I want my privacy this morning. And I'm saying I don't want the Windsor, and I don't want the way it is, House of Parliament. I don't. No, this is the example. Don't say this is. It's not in its place. The example. No, it isn't in its place. I'm saying I don't want the Windsor, and I don't want the way how they. I want a constitution. Why they don't have any constitution? No, the House of Parliament is terrible. No, they shouldn't have this cross in their flag. No, I don't want this. I don't want this. No, I'm changing anything. Now, if I do this, what will be the normal reaction of the English people and the government? They will say, hey, fuck off. What? Tariq, fuck off. You're not from England, basically. Go away. Yeah, you're a visitor, you're an immigrant, just fuck off. This is how the British people have chosen. Now, regardless, yes, they colonized people, they fucked other people all over the world, like most of the West. Yeah, I understand. They are fucking us until now. I understand, but I'm just giving you, let's imagine that English people are angels. Wonderful. Have nothing to do with Iraq. I'm talking about the government. Nothing to do with establishing the so-called Israeli state. I'm talking about the government. Nothing to do with the the so-called Hindus being empowered in India, unlegal empowerment to the so-called Hindus for a certain satanic agenda. That's it. Literally, satanic agenda. Illegal, illegitimate, unjust satanic agenda. Yeah, shut up. This is not the time. They have nothing to do with empowering the so-called Shia. Imagine all the English people, British, wonderful people, nice people, and all of a sudden I came and I stayed for a while, then I left. Do I have the right to stay in Argentina, Lebanon, Japan, whatever, and say I want to be in a position to the United Kingdom government? And not this. And the people, the British people, their culture is stupid. Do I have the right to do this? Of course, you will say no. So many among you, if I am at that position, absolutely at that position, so many among you, if he have the chance to kill me, he would. And this is understandable. And absolutely, if the example in its place. Though there is, for example, if I go and talk about John the jihadist, well, John the jihadist, with this England, study England, yeah, you need to fuck off and show respect to the Muslims. And when you talk about this guy, you don't say, why they are here in our country from the first place? Why they are here in our country why they came from Pakistan and now they are threatening? It doesn't work this way. I'm talking about a wonderful, angelic England, okay? Not the way it is. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, we as an Ismaelians, okay, the Ismaelian mix, خليك في المix, as this and the native Ismaelian and the Israelite. The real Israelis are definitely among the Ismaelians. Let's call it the Ismaelian. And they are Muslim. Imagine if there is so many people, some people. Can you imagine how big is the crime of those who are not Ismaelian when they go and run away to England or America or the West, Canada, and start just fucking our life with your help. They are thousand times worse than jihadist John. Thousand. I mean, jihadist John, what did he do right now? What is the effect that he did in comparison to what those people in Europe or in the West helping against us? Understand me? Human Rights Watch is used. The other groups in Middle East, like the so-called Shia, are taking advantage. The lies coming from the so-called Israeli establishment is increasing. All those who are calling themselves Shiite, calling themselves Hijazis, calling themselves Najd, and all from all Gulf states, I don't want to mention any name. These people have nothing to do with the Ismailian people. And yet you support them, you help them, you give them, you protect them. Protection or helping them, this is human right. They came here, but when they cross the line, why should not no one, there must be someone who would come to them and say, hey, Saudi Arabia is not your problem, not your business. No, it's not your business. Stop your racial discrimination. Stop it. You're from where? North Yemen? Go back to North Yemen. I think the Ismailians did a great job to make you join them and share their oil and resources, which is stolen, by the way. I mean, the biggest victim is Ismail. But anyway, you are calling yourself Shiite. Turn back to Kashmir. Go back to Azerbaijan. You know what? You're a Qatifi or a Ahsa'i. Some of you are Azerbaijani. Go to Kurdish. Go back to Kurdistan. Yeah, go back to Kashmir. You know what? Go back to Africa. Why you are destroying the Ismaili people? Okay, you're here in the West. You are dealt with as a human being. But the case is not this way. The case is that the Human Rights Watch, even the House of Parliament, Congress, Senates, all of those people, return back to the decades, they go and support them. And they put them in the media. And they made them announce criticism to the Saudi regime. And look at me. I'm serious. Look at me. Now they will make all sorts of lies, okay? Tariq, no, he's saying the lies. It's not clear. But other whores or prostitutes or faggots immediately cause a scene. I have a brother, see, the tribes, the Ismailian tribe, they lost hope to a certain level. I'm serious. I know them. I'm one of them. A brother without a dick. A conservative society. Look at the system model. It's unbelievable. Within less than 5 years, look what the government did to us and those who are not Ismailians. The intruders in Gulf states with the monarch. The sea were toilets, royal monarchs. The other sister, Munira, called by a prince, a so-called prince, slave bitch. In the video. And God, and there is, if what's hidden is so great. What happened to my family and other. Look how they treated with me. I know them. I know you. I know that you are racist. I know you that you are a satanic slave. I know that your future is absolute destruction. But I'm saying, and you complain from the reactions, and I'm just saying, if I said that those people who are in opposition, there is a term called tursh, like sent, atrosh لك إياه, tursh, مرسول, like come with the message. Not with the message itself, it's torsh, or what? No, it doesn't work this way. Torsh, someone came from other places. I'm torsh. And they lie. They always find the way to lie here. First, I'm an Ismailit. No, I'm not. I'm Yemeni, South Yemeni. Not Yemeni. Are you from the tribe? No, I'm South Yemeni. Oh, no, we came from... You understand me? No, at the end, this is the Arabian Peninsula. At the end, the Arabian Peninsula is two parts, either you like it or not. The Yemeni and the Ismailian. Yes, there is some Ismailian among the Yemenis, and there is some Azdi among the Yemeni, among the Ismailians. But at the end, it is how I explained. I have no time to explain. It's thousands of years of a cultural tarakumat. And Islam brought the positivity of it and destroyed the negativity of it. The renew by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The renew which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made by Muhammad, peace be upon him, the final messenger. Now, what I'm trying to say? Don't argue with me when I say that those people in opposition who are calling for what is against what I call for are an enemy to humanity. And they are racist. They are terrible people. Either they call themselves Jeddawi, Makkawi, Medina, Najdi, Qatifi, Hsa'i, Darini, Bahraini, Kuwaiti, Kuwaiti. You are all from outside Arabia Peninsula. And if we go and we study how your family used to live in comparison to the shit and disasters that I have dealt with, not from the government directly, like my brother and my sister. The economy since 1982, the problem in our society, you used to live in heaven. The majority of you. Accommodation, money, finance, the government give you from my oil. And you come here and you just provide these lies which is used by the Satan slaves, regardless of what they want to call themselves. Maybe if you're in England, against us. This is not normal. This is not normal racism. Am I good in explaining it? For almost 5 years, and I have sent message to the Home Office, and I did everything. I'm trying to say there is a case. There is a case of people, even in jails, for example, in jails right now. There is people who was killed in jails from the Ismaelian. Unbelievable, unacceptable racism. And you come, so many among you, give a great support to the Crown Prince and all Gulf states monarch for the absolute wrong reasons, and give criticism to the Saudi House, to King Abdullah, whatever, and all Gulf states through the decades, give criticism for the wrong reasons. What is this? It is all about last century, 1948, and World War One, World War Two, and colonies, and it is tarakumat, the failure that happened in the last stage of the Ottomanic. I assure you that at the end there will be a great destruction that will come and touch all of these groups, dark groups that came and bothered us. And I'm explaining even to these groups, you are worshipping Satan, Taghut. Even the devil himself will never accept any act of worship, by the way. Never. It's all Taghut which you create, and it will be against you. A witness against you at the judgment day, and it will be possessing your soul, attached to your soul. This is for those who said, and you will be in hellfire, the oven. You cannot escape it. From all directions, from all levels, you are contradicting yourself if you call yourself a Christian or a Jew. And you are contradicting yourself if you call yourself a secular or a liberal. You're racist. Terrible, bad racist. All this power that was granted to humanity, you are working with Satan to make it work for Satan interest. I don't like these people because they are racist. Either they are loyal or on opposition. Not all. They're not Ismaelian. But so many among them, they are just liars, they are racist, they are terrible. And when someone like me come and explain, I'm sure that you have recognize, this is if you have some conscience, the reaction of so many males and females, either inside Gulf states or outside, as a opposition or loyal. When they heard about me, what Bedouin, what Taitifara, what Ismail, Gulf says, no, Ismail, no, desert, no, what? Though they know 100% that they are not from the Arabian Peninsula, and they just came. Some of them even will call themselves an Islamic Sharia law. And look at the environment. Yeah, some you will find this is terrible. Terrible. But who caused this? The devil. But who are the nearest and the closest? I don't want this video to be deleted. The so-called Shiite and the rubbish, the crap that they bought in the Middle East. The invasion of Iraq 2003. This is the biggest crime that occurred. This is the biggest crime that occurred since centuries. Listen to me. Invading Iraq and killing Saddam Hussein was the biggest crime that ever committed within centuries. I'm not saying absolutely the biggest crime, but for centuries. What caused World War One is nothing as a crime. Assassinating the crown prince there in Eastern Europe and some parts of Europe is nothing like invading Iraq. It's illegal, unlegitimized, unreasonable, unacceptable attack to Iraq and killing this great man, this respectable gentleman. This is how it is. If I was in his position, I would do worse to my enemy. Oh yeah. Because they have no right. No, the man treated them as equal. He shouldn't. I'm serious. Listen, look what they're doing right now in Iraq. They are trying to neglect the history. In fact, look what's happening in Syria right now. You need to understand why even Saddam Hussein have killed those who were his comrades with him, with him in the same party, because they start messing around with the regime of Damascus. The regime of Damascus do not represent us by any means. No, listen, this is important. It was a terrible crime created by the West, and the Russian helped on it, and they supported what the Iranian did after. It's illegal. And then we're dealing with this, I mean, since 2003, since 2003, again and again, and until now, it's almost 20 years. The change that occurred from 2003 and 2013 is unbelievable, is unlegal, unlegitimized. So when I say I curse you all, I have the right. You don't be angry. Curse you, curse Muhammad, or curse the Bedouin if you're a Muslim. Curse the native. No, no, no. I curse you, and you're a terrible people. It's our resources. It's our oil. We were loyal to our nation. We have a different culture. You should be outside. The Holy Land is stolen. Is stolen by the devil and granted to the Gohim Gentile ungodly. This is how it is. Why you don't want to accept the truth? Cults of people, they're calling it Judea. And remember, I'm an Israelite, by the way. Oh yeah, not Netanyahu. That's a Gohim. But it's have nothing. It's a different era right now. That's why Allah have sent the blessings on humanity, the mercy on humanity. They're more than an angel. What? The angels are nothing in comparison to Muhammad at the judgment day in this existence, dunya and other existence. Muhammad, Bismillah, send him that time, so it's a different era. But I have the right to curse you. Curse you means I want you to be destroyed, I want you in problem, and I want you unhappy, and I want you in a bad position suitable for you. I'm not crossing my line. I'm showing respect to the community guideline. It's my right to say this because people do not want to stop. Do you look at the problems that I'm explaining about, talking about, for example, my cultural basic and things to concern my brow as an Ismaelian, and they laugh. This guy is living in cave. Why cave? People are walked on the moon at the time of John Kennedy, and you are talking about your culture. And this is look what they are doing. They're criticizing some people are from Syria, for God's sake, in Lebanon, please, and other parts of the world. They come and they talk about women, the women rights. Would you go and see what happened and occurred in your country, in your soil, just the soil that you are originally from, before 10 years? That's if you are originally from there. Oh yeah. Just last 10 years or 20 years, and you're coming to me and bothering me, saying, look how it is a terrible society and they don't want their women and wife to be models. Fucking hell, they put the comments. I'm not lying. Wallahi, they put the comments in my video channels before it was deleted. And I'm just explaining to you. I'm explaining to you. Things before I used to talk to others. The economy, the finance, the budget, the representation, the political representation, the history, the educational system. Media. Oh my God. Would you please stop your racism? And if you created any normal reactions like the one happened in Syria and Iraq, just say, may Allah may Allah forgive those who created this without being directly on it. I'm not talking about America. This is a normal reaction in those people, so many among them, those fighters. You created this extremism. This extremism is from you. Never happened. When you return back to the history of Islam, it didn't reach this way. People know that they shouldn't behead other human beings based on instruction of God Almighty. The decapitation, there is a rule for it, and they cut the heads of people like animals. They burn people. It's clearly, Muhammad Bismillah said, you don't burn people, you don't torture people, it's forbidden. He said it. May those be cursed who lie or criticize Muhammad and say bad things about him. And they burn people and they're screaming, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Don't say this is the Sunni Wahhabis. No, it's normal. The Ismaelian, when they know about someone raped from their family, killed, beheaded, tortured, the Syrian regime did it. He started doing this to the women. Did you see it 2012 and 13 when he used to kidnap women and do a lot of things in the street, even in Damascus or other cities? In the videos. It's just to set an example. It's normal that there will be a reaction. Absolutely normal. What do you think? But who created this mess? Since the colonies' time, And right now, and who's taking advantage, like the so-called Hindus, so-called, I mean, I go to these videos, which is a so-called Israeli video channels. Even the Netanyahu, there is a Netanyahu Prime Minister channel. And I see a big support by the so-called Hindus from India. And they are always against Islam. And they are saying the so-called, saying, I mean, do you understand me? Why you're supporting an occupation? Just because the so-called Israeli state are helping us to eliminate Islam in India. And because the so-called Israelis, please don't delete my video now, that the so-called Christian as well. There is videos. They always say that India should be a so-called Hindu. Why Islam is here? Islam, Makkah, Medina, so we work together. And so many among the so-called Hindus are originally not from the India. The shape of what's called India right now. They are causing all of these troubles, saying Hinduism is all about humanity. Yeah, look at the scripture of Martin, even the so-called Buddhists. There is videos. So they are all working together against the people of God, the godly people. They all work together against the nation of Islam. They all work together against the path of glory, the path of happiness, the path of salvation, the path that will achieve the satisfaction of God, the Islam, the Muhammadian. This is the era, following the messengers' path. Muhammad is the final messenger. They all understand me? This is how it is. And we go and we deal with this opposition. Their names, I have mentioned a lot, I don't want to mention, from all Gulf states, starting from those who call themselves Shia. I'm wondering why they are angry. This type of anger. I mean, this type of anger is terrible. It's not, it's the anger of a criminal stealing from you. And this criminal is saying, why they don't want us to take their house? Imagine if this for example, I don't want to show you anything. There's a motorcycle here. This motorcycle, there is a motorcycle. And I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, why the owner do not want me to take this motorcycle? And you go and complain, the West. And you go in Indian, they lie about the history, lie about Islam, and the so-called Shiite and the rebels. Though they are not originally from here. You understand me? You don't taste it. You don't sense this here in England and America. Why? Because you are involved in this trash, unacceptable, unjust. You're involved in it. Satan has manipulated your mind. You cannot see it. You're terrible. You're terrible. Oh, you're terrible. I'm not saying all. There is a good people, of course. But this is my right to complain from these people. Ya akhi, please. Come on. This is the native Arab Ismaelian territory. Do not lie. Do not lie. And say the truth how your ancestor, not ancestor, even the blacks, the African. Within the last 2 centuries, there was a big waves of bringing slaves to us. The rebels. Why? There should be an inspection. Gog and Magog. They went to Africa, and they start bringing them to us. Just last century, I swear to you, the huge number go to the Africa. But I ask them to say the truth in all Gulf states. If you're in Kuwait, if you're in Riyadh, tell them. You will understand. I am, for example, if your name is Tariq, an African, your name will be Tariq, the son of X, son of C, son of D. Where is D? D. Who's the father of D? The father of D, I don't know. We are not like Bedouin. No, who's the father of? I am explaining to you. I was there. They mess around with us. No, we're all children of Adam, and Adam is from the dust, and God created us for heaven. If we are, what is the word? If we are worth this respect of Him, to overcome all. It's fine, Habibi, brother. Just say that you don't know who is the father of your grandfather because he was in a ship forced from Africa. Why you want to come and destroy my proud and my honor and my respect? Why you want to do this to me? See? Do you see this? I'm not talking only about the Africans. There is the Asians, there is the others, and there is among the Ismaelian who are arrogant and ignorant. I saw once a decapitation. Listen, don't delete my video. Decapitation of someone who used smuggling drugs. He's from the Ismaelian. And I know the guy. And the decapitation, I was looking at the you are behind it. The so-called Israeli state is behind it. The so-called Shiite, since the revolution of spreading the revolution, they are behind it. The West, even they decapitated the man in front of me, and I'm looking. And I said to this guy, how old am I? I'm 25, 24. And I said to him, how we are accepting this? He didn't kill anyone, he didn't rape anyone. Do you know what he said to me, the other Ismaelian? It's the Sharia law. The Sharia law. I said, the Sharia law, they are stealing it, they are criminal. He said, the other guy touched me and they said, خلاص يا أخي, this is the Islamic way. Be careful, يا أخي. We are in a kingdom. We are not in a republic. Something like this. And there was a previous Jordanian teacher who used to teach in my school when I was in high school. I met him when I was 24, when I gave a visit to a certain city. And he said to me, you heard me, this is a kingdom. Wallahi, he said it to me, me and the other guy. And Allah is my witness. And he said to me, this is his word, Wallahi. He said, he's from Jordan. He said, listen, I'm from a kingdom, and you are from a kingdom. It's not a free republic. He said this to me. And I agree. I said, I'm not saying this, but I didn't like it. Okay, if you want to comply with the Sharia law, comply from A to Z. Look, my sister is a model now. Yeah. I have the right. I shouldn't mention this because I'm tired now. And this guy, Wallahi, he said to me, he said, this is a kingdom, Jordan is kingdom. And by the way, the kingdom of Jordan is less harsh than yours. Though they have killed people and tortured some Ismaelian as well. Go and see the stories to the tribes in South Yemen, South Jordan. Yeah, there is. But he said, you're saying something like this, there is even no parties, no one in Jordan. There is someone who will speak. But here, ya akhi, this is a kingdom, and it's worse than our kingdom in Jordan. What are you saying? I said, okay, I understand, but I saw a man who have some children and wife decapitated because he smuggled ifsadun fil ard. If I had the authority, Allah yal'anu, that is the West. It's the cursed West. Don't delete my video. Don't delete it. Russia and other nations. And look, right now it's worse. People who used to work with the government saying, like a Duish, I haven't, now it's all Allah is the one who finalized his judgment. May Allah be merciful with all Muslims. They took the man and they put him in jail and start saying sarcastic things in the media and their channel. Why? The man was a big slave to you. So why we're treating this way? I mean, not a slave. He was defending the Saudi regime, saying terror is bad. ISIS have nothing to do with Islam. The Saudi regime is all about Tawheed and Islam. Those who want to do any terrorists or go and fight in places like Iraq and Syria, they shouldn't, because the Wali al-Amr is King Abdullah. I have talked to the man. It's not like I want to join, but I'm just saying there is things to be solved. Not this way, of course. I was cautious, very cautious, or I wouldn't be here. And he's saying, الذهاب إلى البلاد التي بها فتنة. Going to the country where there is fitna. And he's saying the Saudi region, the Saudi house, من الله علينا مدري شلون بالسلام والأمر, alhamdulillah. And they took the man, and they put him in jail because he said Muhammad bin Salman is not good enough, destroying the commission of instructing people or advising people with righteousness and denying the darkness and the society, and allowing women to drive this way, though there is some issues. This is not your business, horse and other nations. Go and fix your shit. The Gulf states mainly. وما أدراك ما دول الخليج وما أدراك ما دول الخليج. He didn't say anything. I mean, you can dialogue with the man. He can speak. There must be. What sort of shura you got? They took the man, put him in jail, and they killed him. If you know, I mean, the only guy who. I'm not. Please don't delete my video. It's my right to explain. So those in opposition, when they start messing around, causing, you need to come to them and say, hey, first of all, your DNA exposes you. Do not lie. Your cultural method exposes you, man. Don't try to hide it. Your accent exposes you. Come on. Your loyalty, even the way you choose. It's my faith. It's my faith to be the so-called Shiite religion is almost like an assigned cult to a certain people before Islam, and it have nothing to do with this, the mut'a and things like that, and visiting the graves and slashing. It is a cultural method, have nothing to do with the Ismaelian. They are imposing it since 2003. That's why what happened before 2003 is something, though it's bad and terrible. But what happened after 2003 is absolutely more harsh, more terrible. Yeah, this is fact. 11 September was an inside job. And everyone took advantage. The whole world. They all deserve what? Punishment. Please, don't delete my video. I'm not lying. I am not lying. Let's go and review everything I say. Minute after minute. How minutes is it? This? My mobile is a little bit old. This is 30 minutes and I need to close. And 27 seconds or 29 now. 30, 30, 30, 20, 32, 30. See, I can go to these 30 minutes, minute by minute, minute by minute. And I dare you to question me on each one of them. No, you can't. Thank you very much. Please don't delete my video. I've said the truth and I have explained my thing. Thank you.